as I let everyone in. Just 1 second.
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure you're on mute.
You?
Skyline, go show Carlos how to mute. Can y'all hear me?
Please place yourself on mute.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, everyone, welcome to the 187th District Court. Today is Tuesday. Let's make it a Tuesday. Let's not turn it into a Monday. These are the rules of the 187th District Court. You are in a courtroom. So whatever you cannot do, if you were in the courtroom, you cannot do on this screen. So what that means is there will be no Zooming while you are driving. I will not be a witness to an accident. I will not participate in an accident. If you are Zooming while you are driving, you might as well drive yourself to the 187th District Court at 300 De La Rosa, because that's what I'm going to require. There is to be no cooking at your house. There is to be no, I'm at work, let me get this done, because you are in the 187th District Court. Do not lay in bed. Unless there would be a bed in the 187th District Court, you're not allowed to lay in bed at home. And the only way there would be a bed in the 187th District Court is if it was an exhibit, and then you wouldn't be able to use it. So there's not to be any of that at home. To all the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back to your cell. You are not allowed to use this to pick up dates. If you try to pick up a date while you're on this Zoom screen, you will be sent back to your cell. Your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called. So when an attorney is invited to a breakout room, please do not ask me, am I going to a breakout room? Because your attorney wants to speak with the state first. When your attorney wants to speak to you, your attorney will request that you be sent to the breakout room. And at that point in time, you will have a chance to speak with your attorney. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open the breakout rooms, it will invite you to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the attorneys, I'm going to call your name in the order that you will appear. If you want to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another court. However, if you Zoom to another court and your name is called, then we will skip over you. I will place you in a breakout room. The prosecutors have the ability to see into the breakout rooms. The prosecutors will meet you in the breakout room. If you leave the breakout room to tell me that a prosecutor has not got there yet, they'll show that your breakout room is empty and they will skip over you. As you can see, there are more defense attorneys than they are prosecutors. So consider the breakout room as a doctor's office. When the nurse calls you back, you think you're seeing your doctor, but they're putting you in a waiting room to check your weight and blood pressure. So just patiently wait in the breakout room. They will meet you there. The court is going to break at noon today. So if your case is not completed by noon, you will be called back for the afternoon. Just one moment. I'm going to call the attorney's names to the defendants. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because more likely than not, they are Zooming in another courtroom. Be patient. Your attorney will show, and your attorney will have a chance to speak with you. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. John Young, Nick Aguilera, Jackson Lindsay, James Seelaw, Jay Moritz, Ray Martinez, Scott Hill, Todd McCray, Stephen Gilmore, James Toshi, Miguel Nahara, Ron Zimmerman, Carlos Martinez, Jay Norton, John Robertson, Michael White, Nathaniel Navy, Catherine Valenzuela, Jonathan Ross, Raymundo Alamon, Bo Wood, Meredith Chacon, Joel Perez. Is there anyone that I am missing? Any attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Eli Rico.
Okay, Fernando Trevino,
Yes.
Eli Rico, Daniel De La Garza.
Ernest Gonzalez.
I'm sorry, who?
Ernest Gonzalez.
Are you an attorney?
I didn't hear my attorney call. I'm sorry.
Are you an attorney?
No, I'm not.
So did I not say, everyone put on your listening ears, and what I said is your attorney's name will be called. If you don't hear your attorney's name, it's because they're zooming in a courtroom.
Yes, I heard that.
All right, so put on your listening ears, internalize it, okay?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Anthony Miller, I have Mr. Albert Dominguez.
Okay, I have your name down. So Jesse Sepulveda, Anthony Miller,
Ana
Natasha
Aguilera.
Torres, Your Honor.
Natasha Pettis. Is there any other attorney?
Yes, Your
Juan
Honor.
Aguilera.
Juan Aguilera, anyone else?
Yes, Your Honor. Isidro Montoya. Isidro.
Okay. Isidro Montoya, anyone else?
Jocelyn Andrews.
Jocelyn Andrews, anyone else?
Edward Adams.
Anyone else?
Amy Owen.
Amy, I have you.
Oh, thank you.
Sure, anyone else? All right, and attorneys, just so you know, whenever you sign into the 187 District Court, sometimes if you have your screen blacked out, I don't see you. And if you put your name on the screen as initials, that's why I end up skipping over you because I just see initials there. So attorneys, when I call your name, if you can give me the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence, then I'll assign you to a breakout room. John Young.
Alicia Cipher, it's CDC, CTD.
All right, what's the first name?
LaQuisha Cyphers.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, madam.
Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I have Saul Acuna, and I've been working with either David Martin or Laura from Family Violence.
All right. And also, attorneys, if you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, you'll need to put it in the chat box to Ferguson. She's our court coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator. No matter how small the agreement is, send it to her. And if you want a continuance, I'm the only person who can do that. So please do not send her a text message or email or chat asking for a continuance. All right, Mick, I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Jackson Lindsay.
Good morning, Judge. I've got Jesse Santoya. It's a CTD case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
James Sealaw.
Good morning, Judge. Deborah Finnemore, I believe this was a pretrial diversion.
All right.
And
What is the results on that?
I sent the information to my client. I hope she's present because that's the only way I could get a hold of her is through the email. And I forwarded Miss Beatrice's interview.
All right, Deborah Finnemore, are you here? Deborah Finnemore. All right, so what we'll see if we can see if your client shows up. I give everyone till 10:30.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. May I go to another Zoom and come back?
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Jay Moritz.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who do you have?
Clayton Marr. He's out on bond unless he just been taken into custody. Pre-trials called me. He was bonded out by Crosspoint, sent to Crosspoint, went to the hospital, went back, and then left on his own. Called the family. They don't know where he is.
All right,
I don't-
here's the thing. I give everybody till 10:30. So if you want to zoom out and zoom back in at 10:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ray Martinez.
Good morning, Judge. I have two people in the criminal trial division. Myra Sanchez,
And who else?
Orlando Ramirez.
I'll see you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
Scott Hill.
Morning, Judge. I have Emily Garcia Pacheco, and it's a family violence.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6. Todd McCray. Todd McCray.
Morning, Judge. Good morning, Judge. I have Joe.
I'm sorry, I've lost you. We don't have audio
Joe.
for you.
Joe Antu,
How do you spell the last name?
ANTU.
And is it criminal?
CTU.
All right, thank you. I'll send you to breakout room number 7. A prosecutor will meet you there. Stephen Gilmore.
Hey, Judge, I'm present on Chris Salinas. My paperwork on my end is done. I just need a room with him to finish his.
And what is your client's name?
Chris Salinas. He's in custody.
And have you received all of the paperwork from the court coordinator?
I have.
Okay. I will send you to breakout room number 8.
Okay.
Judge.
Mr. Salinas, go to number 8. Stephen Gilmore, number 8. Is there a reason why Locke's Galaxy is speaking to me?
Yes, ma'am. I want to tell you that my name is Julius Clayton. My lawyer is Nathaniel Navy. I couldn't sign in on my laptop, so I had to use one of my old phones, and my name won't pop up. It's not popping up, but my name is Julius Clayton.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
James Toshi.
Judge Boyd, good morning. I have Mark Reyes. It is with CTD.
I'll send you to breakout room number 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Miguel Nahara.
Good morning, Judge. I've already conferred with Mr. Nisbet. I just need to be placed in a breakout room with my client, Miss Elizabeth Gonzalez.
Orlando Ramirez, stop unmuting yourself. You say it's Elizabeth who?
Elizabeth Gonzalez, Judge. It's an MTR that's CTD, but I've already conferred with Mr. Nisbet. I just need to talk to my client.
All right, is she in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Gonzalez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10. Elizabeth Gonzalez, I have more than one Gonzalez on the screen. So Elizabeth Gonzalez, could you raise your hand for me, please? All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ron Zimmerman.
Yes, Judge, I'm present for Michael Hernandez, and this is a CTD case.
All right, and to attorneys, when your name is listed as attorney in your full name, I'm having to erase attorney, not out of disrespect, but I have to erase it because the square won't hold your name in your client's name in the reason they're here. So that's why I erased that. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Carlos Martinez. Carlos Martinez going once. Carlos Martinez going twice. All right. Jay Norton.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm here on two matters. They are both family. It is Alfredo Temez and Jose Chavez. And for the court's knowledge, Mr. Chavez passed away last weekend. So we are in the process of obtaining a death certificate for the court.
All right. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll send you to breakout room number 12.
Yes, ma'am.
They already know.
Yeah, no.
John Robertson.
Oh.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I have Rafael Gonzalez and it's CTD.
Is that with a Z or an S?
I believe it's an S.
Okay. I'm sending you to lucky breakout room number 13.
Why, thank you, Your Honor.
Everyone, tries to get in at the right moment so they can get that room. So there you go.
I'm the lucky number today.
Yeah. Michael White. Yes. Could you unmute for me, Mr. White?
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was muted that way. Your Honor, my client is Willie Jackson, and we were here on the 30th of March, and we conferred with the state already, and they made an offer, and Mr. Jackson did not want the offer and wants a jury trial, but the court told me to get by the May 4th to have a e-discovery acknowledgement filed, and that has been done.
All right, let me ask you, so your client is family violence. Let me send you to a breakout room to do a final conference with them.
Well, he's here with me.
No, let me send you to a breakout room to do a final conference with the state.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll do that, but I just want to say that it's probably not going to do any good because my client doesn't want any offer. He wants.
All right. Well, what I can say is we don't know unless we try. So nothing hurts a failure but a try. But I think that's the saying. Of course, if you speak to the state and the state is still where they are and your client doesn't want to accept things, you don't know. Who knows? Something may have changed. Maybe the state is dismissing it. We won't know unless we speak to each other. I'm a firm believer that communication is key. So maybe they have some new information to share. Don't know. But I'm going to assign you to breakout room number 14, and we'll see what happens. And Mr. Willie Jackson,
Yes,
if you still want your jury trial, of course, you will have one. We will have you brought to court on June 3rd because that's when we're set for jury trials. But before we do that, Mr. White, if you'll go to breakout room number 14, Nathaniel Navy.
All right. If we don't work anything else, can I just leave then and come back on?
If you don't
3rd?
work anything else, you need to come back to the room so I can tell your client when his jury trial will be scheduled, which will be June 3rd.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to the breakout room now.
Thank you. Ernest Gonzalez.
Oh, Judge, I'm here.
Ernest Gonzalez, unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Why are you asleep?
I'm not asleep, man.
No, you are. I'll see you. I'll see you in the 187th District Court. It's 300 De La Rosa, the 4th floor. See you then. Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge. I have Julius Clayton. It's a CTD case.
Okay. I'll see you to breakout room number 15. Catherine Valenzuela.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here on Maximo Solis. We were here last week and he was an FTA and you increased his bond. I've not gotten a hold of him and I checked yesterday. He's not in the jail, so.
All right, let's see where he is. Norma, can you check to see if Maximo Solis is in custody?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just give us a moment on that. Jonathan Ross.
Yes, morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Mr. Virgilio Basaldua. We were approved to apply to PTD and that PTD application is in. So that's where we are now.
All right, how do you spell his last name?
Basaldua, it's Basaldua.
Does he? All right, and Norma, on this case, do we need to have it come back in 30 days?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. They can come back on June 1st.
All right, you and your client are excused. If you don't have anyone else with us, we'll see you on June 1st.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, the next person up is Raimundo Alamon. Raimundo Alamon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
Can
who
you
do you
hear me?
have? Yes.
I have a Maxwell James Kauska, Your Honor, but I cannot find him. He has a telephone that doesn't work. And
I'm
no
sorry,
one
who
can.
is your client?
Maxwell James Kauska.
All right, I give everyone until 10:30. So if you zoom out and just zoom back in at 10:30, we'll see if he shows in court or on the Zoom.
All right, Your Honor, I'll keep looking for him.
All right, thank you. See you at 10:30. Bowood.
Judge, I don't show Solis in jail.
All right, Miss Valenzuela. Catherine Valenzuela.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you can zoom out and zoom back in at 10:30, we'll see if your client shows up in the courtroom.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bowood.
Good morning, Judge. My client is Danielle Lara, Lara, and it's criminal trial division, please.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 16.
I really wanted 13, but all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's taken. Meredith Chacon.
I'm not very quick with the unmute. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Desiree Garza. She's in custody and it's a CTD case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 17.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, John, you're
Well,
back in the breakout room.
Just give me a moment. Joel Perez.
Hello, Judge. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Your Honor, I represent Vanessa Garza. It's an engaging and organized crime case. I've already conferred with Dawn, and there's additional discovery because there's spreadsheets and stuff like that she wants us to pick up at the office so we can get more time, Your Honor. And I think Bobby Gebbia and Danny De La Garza are also on this case.
That is
All
true.
right. Norma, can you have Don zoom in, please?
Your Honor, I'm here for Don.
Yes. All right. So what are the defendants' names, please?
The defendant.
Vanessa Garza is mine, Your Honor. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What's the name?
Vanessa Garza.
Robert Garcia.
Wait, just 1 second, everyone. Give me a chance to pull it. So Vanessa Garza, and who is the next one?
Robert Garcia.
Okay, and who's the next one?
Pete Diaz.
All right, what is happening on these cases?
And there's one more, Your
And
Honor.
you're,
Oh, there's one more. What's the other one?
Yes, ma'am. Carlos Martinez.
And that would be my case, Your Honor, Natasha Torres.
All right, so what is happening? Mr. Guerra?
My records indicate that this case has a great deal of physical discovery, that offers have been emailed out to all defense attorneys indicating to pick up the discovery. So we have information uploaded to Veripic, and then we also have information that has been made available to defense via disks. And Don has emailed out offers on each of the cases to each attorney and has also indicated to them how to pick up the discovery.
All right, Norma, on each of these cases, starting with Carlos Martinez, can you give that a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And everyone, you'll have the same reset date, but I think it's easier for Ms. Ferguson to put it in the system if we do it one at a time.
They can come back on June 4th for discovery.
All right, on Carlos Martinez, Ms. Torres, you're excused unless you have anything else with us. And everyone, what the court will expect is for the attorneys have picked that up. When we come back on June 4th, we shall have moved on from you all don't have all of the discovery yet.
Yes.
All right, the next person is Pete Diaz. Bobby Gebbia, you're on Mr. Diaz. That's coming back on June 4th for discovery. If you have no one else with us, you are excused.
I have Sherry Cooper still, Judge. I'll hold in line. I just logged on.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I apologize. May my client, Mr. Carlos Martinez, be excused as well?
Yes. All right, the next person is Robert Garcia. Let's see. Norma, do you see what page Mr. Garcia? Found it. All right, Mr. Garcia, you and your attorney are to come back on June 4th. Mr. De La Garza, if you don't have anyone else with us, you and your client are excused.
Yes, Your Honor. I will excuse Mr. Garcia. I do have someone else, but I will also hold in line.
Thank you. And
Thank
then we have Vanessa Garza, you to come back on June 4th. Mr. Perez?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't have anyone else with us, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. All right, just give me one moment. Fernando Trevino.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Merrick Kidd or Kidd Merrick. They didn't put a hyphen. I mean, a comma.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It is family violence, but we're not here. We already pled him out, Judge. I think what you wanted me to come back for was to see if they found a bed for him.
All right, we're
Judge.
going to check on that. Yes.
You wanted the status of the ISF, but last time we were in court, you said ISF or felony drug court, whichever accepted him first. Felony drug court accepted him April 1st.
All right, so your client will be in felony drug court. Mr. Kidd, are you on the screen? Let me see.
He's in custody, Judge.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if he's on screen. All right, so he's not on the screen, but he has been accepted into felony drug court. So that's where he will be. So if you don't have anything else with us, you are excused.
I do not. So once he got accepted, I'll check on the status. All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. They should be releasing him unless they're sending him to an inpatient treatment facility.
but my representation is done with him, right?
Yes,
All right, thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Thanks for dropping in.
Your Honor, may I please be excused as well?
Who is asking for that?
This is Richard Guetta. I was here for Don.
Yes, thank you. All right, Daniel Dela Cruz. I'm sorry, no, Eli Rico.
Your Honor, I'm here on Jose Carlos Hernandez, and it's a family violence case, and I have been speaking to Joe Ray Garcia on this.
Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 18.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I know there are people back from the breakout rooms. Just give me a moment. Let me make sure I sign everyone to their breakout rooms before I address those.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, John Roberson.
Yes,
If you'll
Your
go
Honor.
back to 13, I'll send Mr. Gonzalez. If you'll go to breakout room number 13, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jackson Lindsay.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with the state. Need to speak to my client.
All right, if you'll go back to your breakout room number 4, and Mr. Santoya, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. Jesse Sepulveda. Jesse
morning, Your Honor.
Sepulveda. Yes.
Good morning,
Who do you
Your Honor.
have?
I've got Francesca Salinas, the Criminal Trial Division. I've been speaking to Freddie Ramirez in the past.
All right. Could somebody see if you can get Freddie here? I'll send you to breakout room number 19. Just be patient.
Thank you.
Daniel De La Garza.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Jose Rizzo Sanchez, 2020 CR 6566. On this case, Your Honor, we're at the point where we've been tendered an offer. We've rejected it, and we were just looking for a trial. We've, put on the record the plea date and all that kind of stuff.
All right, let me send you to breakout room number 20.
It's family violence.
Okay, thank you. And then we'll come back. And John Young, thank you for patiently waiting. Just give me one moment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Anthony Miller. Yes, who do you have?
I have Albert Joe Dominguez, Your Honor, and that is a criminal trial division case. I was dealing with Jordan Brown. We had initially had this paperwork completed, and we were going to take a plea on January 22nd, but Mr. Dominguez had made bond 2 days before. We were unaware of that, so the plea never took place, Your Honor.
All right, Albert Dominguez, are you here?
He's in custody again now, Judge, because I believe he picked up an additional misdemeanor case. So
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 21, and a prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Amy Owen.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Derek Garcia. We conferred with Joe Ray last time. I don't know what status we're at, if we need to confer again or if we're at just discovery.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 22.
Okay.
Judge, can you put Miguel Nájera and his client Elizabeth Gonzalez in a breakout room, please, to sign paperwork?
I can jump back in there. I just wanted to make sure you got my information, Norma.
Yes.
Right, who's your client?
It's Elizabeth Gonzalez. I think she's still in the breakout room, Judge. I can go back.
All right, thank you. Juan Aguilera.
Yes, ma'am. I have Hector Gonzalez Sanchez, CTD. I've been looking for him. I do not see him unless he signed in under a different name.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 23.
I don't see him, Judge.
All right, is there Hector Sanchez on the screen? Hector Sanchez. All right, I'll give your client till 10:30.
Okay, and I'll be trying to get a hold of him during this time.
All right, Isidro Montoya.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
I'm here on Ernest Peña Gonzalez. It's a criminal trial division case. This is my first setting. I think the case was reset so he can hire a lawyer. I don't know whether he's done that or not yet.
Ernest Gonzalez, where are you?
I'm assuming he was the one that was asleep, Judge, and you asked me.
Yes, he was. So as soon as he comes to the courtroom, we will find out. If you want to Zoom out and Zoom back in at 10:30.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. Thank
All
you
right,
so
thank
much.
you. You're welcome. Jocelyn Andrews. Jocelyn Andrews.
Yes, Judge.
Who do you have?
I have Aaron Gordon, and he is a criminal trial division. I believe this is our first setting, Your Honor.
I'll send you to breakout room number 23.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Edward Adams.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here for Shannon Martin. We were here on February 2nd, or February 4th, I believe, and she pled to a case, and this one that's on the docket today was supposed to be taken into consideration. I'm not sure why it's on the docket today.
All right, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Just give us a moment.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Mark Darling.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Angie Ford with CTD. This is a case where the plea bargain deadline has come and gone. So it's set for trial, but I see that you're having people confer, so whatever you need me to do is fine.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 24.
Thank you.
And this is really the last day for people who have their plea deadlines, because we are starting up jury trials, and the jury trials in the 187 starts on June 3rd. Javier Oliva.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm here for Hugo Martinez. I've been visiting with David Martin on a family violence case.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 25.
Thank you.
Paula Perez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Mr. Cameron Scott, and I was previously working with Joe Ray.
I'll send you to breakout room number 26.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bobby Gibbia.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I have Sherry Cooper. I do not know if she's logged on or not. We did send her an email and tried to contact her at all the contact information.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's the first name?
Sherry Cooper.
All right, is there a Sherry Cooper here? Sherry Cooper. All right, I give everyone till 10:30 if you want to Zoom out and Zoom back in.
All right, Judge, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ed Bartholomew. Ed Bartholomew.
Here, Michael Griffin. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
Michael Griffin, I believe he's here. And I need to confer with the state, Your Honor.
Is it family violence or criminal trial division?
It's criminal trial, Judge.
I'll send you to breakout room number 27.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Kyle Simpson.
Yes, Your Honor, I have Jaleesa Sedbury. I noticed that she is logged on, and this is family. This is family.
I'll send you to breakout room number 28.
Thanks, Judge.
Judge Boyd, could you please put Julius Clayton in breakout room number 15?
All right, Mr. Clayton, if you go to breakout room number 15, please. Kathy Starling.
Good morning,
Kathy
Your Honor.
Starling. Yes, who do you have?
I have Robert Beltran. I filed a motion to withdraw on this case back in February, and he just hadn't.
Just one moment. All right. Cornelius Cox. Cornelius Cox.
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you have?
Cedric Johnson. It's a family justice or violence, whatever, however.
All right, I'll see you to breakout room number 28.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, any other attorney? I'm sorry, that will be 29. Any other attorney whose name has not been called to go to a breakout room yet? All right, then I'm going to start from the beginning. John Young.
Yes, ma'am. I've conferred with the prosecutor. We have no discovery issues and the magnolia is blooming and it's time for jury trials.
All right, okay, you know how I love magnolias.
I do.
All right, Makisha Cyphers, where are you? Makisha Cyphers. All right,
There you go.
where are you?
Yeah. Called me and said she was waiting.
Hello, Ms. Cyphers. My understanding that you're
Yes, ma'am.
requesting a jury trial, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
All right, so we're going to see you back here on June 3rd. Norma, can we call Ms. Cyphers for June 3rd?
Yes, ma'am. She needs to be.
All right. I'm sorry, what, Ms. Ferguson?
She needs to be dressed for trial and in court by
All right.
9.
Ms. Cyphers, it's 9 a.m. You need
Yes,
to
ma'am.
be in court exactly at that time, and you need to be dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean I have to put a suit on?
Suit and tie. Yeah. All right. We will see you all then on June 3rd for jury trial.
And it will be a joy.
Yes, and just so everyone knows, the trial will go. I will not accept any offers the day of trial. The only offer I will accept will be offers that are open to the court. So with that, Ms. Cyphers, you are excused. We'll see you June 3rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.
And Your Honor, may I be excused to go to 290 if I have a contested?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin, and Mr. Griffin is present, I believe.
Yes, he needs to remain.
Thank you, Judge. Can you put
You're
me
welcome.
in briefly?
Thank you. Is Mick Aguilera back from the breakout room? All right, anyone else back from breakout room? I see Scott Hill.
Yes, Judge, I'm back with conferring with Joe Ray. We're still kind of same status. It looks like a trial this time.
All right, just give me a moment. Norma, are we able to put Ms. Pacheco on May 27th so we can see the status of our lineup for jury on June 3rd?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is your client here? Emily Garcia Pacheco, where are you?
I'm here.
All right. I hope you are not driving in a vehicle with a baby sitting on your lap.
I'm parked. I'm
Okay.
parked. I have to park her.
All right. Babies belong in car seats.
No,
Although
yes.
when I was growing up, we did not have car seats. We would
No, yes.
stand on
Yeah,
the hump in the back.
I have her car seat.
Okay. All right. I'm making sure I'm protecting everyone, even babies who are not in my jurisdiction.
No, yeah.
All
no, I
right.
had to park her.
All right, so we're recalling you for May 27th. That's going to be on Zoom. And at that time, I'll give you your jury trial date.
Okay. And then just to make it clear, I was trying to take the plea deal that you did want to give me, but because
No.
I didn't-
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not a part of any plea negotiations.
Okay.
That's between you, your attorney, and the state. So I have no idea what any plea bargain agreements are.
Okay.
Okay. So we will see you on May 27th.
Okay, I'll see you then.
All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, you too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else back from the breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back.
Yes.
Michael White,
Yes, and your client is Mr.
Billy
Jackson.
Jackson.
Have you had a chance to speak with Mr. Jackson?
Yes, he's here with me. And we didn't get any better offer from the state, and we won a jury trial.
All right, Mr. Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. Do you understand after today?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you received all the discovery, Mr. White?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, when can we recall Mr. Jackson to give him a trial setting?
On the 27th, Judge.
All right, Mr. Jackson, we're going to come back on the 27th. At that date, I'm going to give you your jury trial date setting, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you guys have the rest of the day to have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye now.
Judge?
Just a moment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Jay Norton.
Yes, ma'am. Two matters. First, Mr. Tues, we believe we have an agreement worked out. It requires a plea to a misdemeanor in the County Court 7, and they are going to confirm that Mr. Chavez has passed away. They hope to do that, they said, by Wednesday or Thursday of this week.
All right, here's my question. Have you called County Court 7 to
We-
see?
We have previously, and we have not had success in that regard, but now that we're getting close to June, hopefully we can have success in that.
All right, who's the judge in County Court 7?
It's Michael De Leon.
All right, do you have any objections to me texting Mr. De Leon and asking him when he can put you all on the docket?
No, ma'am.
All right, just give me one moment. All right, just give us a second on that. And then the other person is Jose Chavez.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see if I can find him on the docket. Ms. Ferguson, do you see him on the docket anywhere?
Yes.
Page 7, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, I had back on February in my notes that he was deceased. So hopefully we'll find out what's going on. All right, on your case, Alfredo Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm being told that if you contact Vicky Lopez, they'll put you on a docket tomorrow.
We will contact him.
All right, so Norma, on Alfredo Thomas, are we able to call this tomorrow afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll recall that for tomorrow afternoon. And once you've taken care of the plea, just let us know. And of course, it'll be removed from the docket.
Yes, ma'am. May we be excused?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Raymond Martinez is back, Judge.
All right, just one moment.
Judge, and Jim Tochi is back as well.
And
Okay.
John Robinson is back also.
Okay, we'll do James Toshi, and then the other person, and then the other person. All right.
Judge, we're done as well. I think our paperwork is fine.
All right, thank you. James Toshi?
Judge, I need to speak with my client, Mark Reyes, in a breakout room, please.
All right. What breakout room were you in, Mr. Toshi?
Oh, man. I was in number 9.
Okay, if you'll go back to number 9, is your client in custody or a bond?
He is in custody, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reyes, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 9. And everyone, just give me one moment to check my emails for paperwork. All right, Elizabeth Gonzalez. Let me find out where you were. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 with your attorney. Who are the parties on Chris Salinas?
Stephen Gilmore, Judge, we're ready.
I'm going to
I
send you
think
to
Tom,
breakout room number 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to send the clerk to breakout room number 1, and they will let you know if we have all your paperwork. So if the
Okay.
clerks could go to number 1, please. All right, who else is back?
Raymond
from-
Martinez is back, Judge.
Yes,
John
Raymond
Robertson.
Martinez, and then John Robertson, then Jackson Lee.
Judge, on Myra
Laura.
Sanchez,
Yes,
we're going to pay some restitution and we'll have a resolution of that case.
Okay, I apologize about that. I was just listening to the 911.
all right, when is, could whoever's, please mute.
911 stating that the defendant
All right,
was-
when is this going to be taken care of?
Judge, we have the money available. It's just a matter of getting the paperwork and me going down to the courthouse and paying wherever I need to pay that. So by next week, I think we can get it done.
All right, Norma, can you recall Myra Sanchez for Monday, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you can come back on the 10th, of course, if everything is taken care of, you won't need to appear.
I have one other case, Judge.
All right, just one moment. All right, what is your other case?
Orlando Armas Ramirez.
What is the full name? Orlando?
Armas Ramirez.
Spell the middle name, I'm sorry.
ARMAS.
Okay.
There's a way to turn the sound off. I just know how to do that.
Thank you. All right, have you conferred with the state on this?
I have, Judge, and we do have an offer, but we cannot accept it at this time.
All right, Mr. Aramis Ramirez, where are you?
I'm here.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, your plea deadline date was today, so it has expired, so the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after today. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's either yes or no.
Yes.
Let me just find what page you're on. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
We have, Judge.
Page 9, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Norma, when can we call him back to give him a trial date?
Put her back on and tell her I'll be there in a second.
We can do the 27th, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on May 27th. At that time, we will give you your trial date.
Yes,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
if you have no one else with us, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Roberson?
Thank you.
Yes, Your
morning.
Honor, I've conferred. My client wishes to accept the offer, so if we could get the paperwork going, and I was conferring with Alexandra.
All right, if you'll just put it in the chat box also to Ms. Ferguson, and then you and your client can go back to your previous breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Jackson Lindsay, then it'll be Ron Zimmerman, then Eli Rico.
Yes, Judge, from Mr. Santoya, we just requested jury trial date.
Is Mr. Santoya still in the breakout room?
Yeah, I think he's still in my breakout room, yeah.
All right, if you can bring him back to the main room, please.
Okay, sure.
All right, Eli Rico.
Yes, Your Honor. I just got back from conferring. This case was set for, he was set for a psychological evaluation. Apparently that hasn't been done yet, and that's what we're still waiting on, Your Honor.
All right. Let me see. And it's Jose Carlos Hernandez.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, Jose Carlos Hernandez. Mhm.
For some reason, Your Honor, he wasn't on the docket today. I don't know why, but he was supposed to be set for today.
Yeah. All right, just give us a moment.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, Ron Zimmerman.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with the state and Mr. Hernandez, Michael Hernandez, wishes to proceed forward with a trial by jury.
All right, Michael Hernandez, let me see you on the screen, please. Is there something else you need? Yeah, Jose Carlos Hernandez. I don't know if you go on the line and ask them about it. I'm sure they'll give it to you. Yes, Michael Hernandez, where are you?
I believe he's in the lower left-hand part of the screen, Judge.
Michael Hernandez, you need to unmute and show your video.
Yes, I'm here. Do you see me, Judge?
No, your video is down, but Mr. Hernandez,
Yes, ma'am.
you're going to need to be in the courtroom on June 3rd for a jury trial. My understanding is that you're rejecting the state's offer. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
All right, you're going to be scheduled for jury trial. You need to be in the 187th District Court at 9 a.m. It's
Yes, ma'am.
300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. Make sure you're dressed for trial.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
May we be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
May I approach, Judge?
Just give me one moment. And yes, you and your client, Mr. Hernandez, are excused unless you have someone else with us.
No,
All right. All right, you're excused, and so is your client.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Judge.
All right, Daniel De La Garza.
Honor, yes, I have Joe Rizzo Sanchez. We conferred. We talked about a couple of things, but we just can't get it worked out. So we're gonna need to keep the trial date.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, where are you? Joe Rizzo Sanchez.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, that middle name is from Greece.
Yeah, I like it.
If Jordan Brown were here, he gets my movie references. All right, Mr. Sanchez, we're going to recall you for May 27th. At that time, I'm going to give you your trial date, and the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you on May 27th. That will be by Zoom. And then the next date you have, you will need to appear in person for jury trial.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and do you have all the discovery,
John.
Mr. De La Garza?
We do have all the discovery. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then you and your client, if you don't have anyone else with us, you are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge, can I be excused on
Just one second. Bo Wood,
Yes, Judge, sorry. I conferred with Hunter Morris on Miss Lauda. She's actually got two cases, one of which has not been indicted yet because we don't have the medical on the complainant. So I think we need a little more time to still work out the discovery.
all right, Norma, on Danielle, Laura, can you give them a 30-day reset for discovery?
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And for clarification, judges, we're waiting on some CPS information as well as UHS records that intox assault that was split into 2 charges.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Hunter.
All right, thank you. Norma, what date?
June 4th.
All right, so we'll see you back here with your client on June 4th. If you don't have anyone else with us, you are excused and your client is excused.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you.
All right, you two have a good one.
Joe and Tue, Your Honor.
All right, just one moment. Jackson Lindsay,
Yes, Judge. Mr. Santoya.
he's back from the breakout room.
Correct, yes.
All right, Mr. Santoya, my understanding is that you're requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will not accept any plea bargaining agreements. If you decide to enter a plea, then that will have to be done open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, on Santoya, when can we bring him back so I can give him a jury trial date?
She's on mute.
Sorry, Judge, I was on the phone. Can you repeat that?
When can I bring Mr. Santoya back to give him a jury trial date?
Judge,
I'm sorry, when?
on the 27th.
All right, Mr. Santoya, we're going to bring you back on the 27th. At that time, I will give you a jury trial date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Norma, can you let them know that 16D, Mr. Santoya can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, go to REO.
And Mr. Lindsay, unless you have someone else with us, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Angie Ford, could you go to breakout room number 24, please? Angie Ford to breakout room number 24.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
I'm not excused yet, right? Still.
Yes,
I'm
you're excused.
I'm excused? Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Angie Ford. Angie Ford, where are you? Okay. All right, Todd McCray.
Yes, Judge, we've conferred on Joe and Tue, and we'd like review our discovery and review the plea agreement with Mr. Tue.
All right, Mr. Antu, where are you? All right, as soon as your client comes on
Hello?
the screen. Joe Antu?
Yes, yes. Hello?
Hello, I'm going to send you to
Yeah.
breakout room number 7 and speak with your attorney.
Judge,
Okay.
I've already spoken to Mr. Tue. I've conferred with Mr. Tue and with Mr. Sanders.
One moment, let me find your file. All right, as soon as I get your file, we'll take that matter up.
Your Honor, I'm
All right.
back from the breakout room. I'm sorry, I hadn't jumped in.
Yes. Everyone, just give me a moment. Let me take up this, please. Yes. Chris Salinas, please go to breakout room number 1. Salinas, go to breakout room number 1. All right, and who are the parties on Elizabeth Gonzalez?
That's me, Judge, and Mr. Nisbet was the one that I had conferred with.
I'm here, Judge.
Okay. Is your client in custody?
Yes, Your Honor, she is in custody. She's
All right, everyone who's not a part of this hearing, I'm going to need you to mute, please. Ms. Gonzalez, can you unmute for me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court is calling 2013 CR 11051, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
Yeah, knock it out, Your Honor.
And are you Elizabeth Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections to us proceeding by video? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Gonzalez, I'm going to show you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Court will find that a defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you 3 documents. The first is entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. First amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. And second amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you have a chance to review those documents with your attorney, and did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Are you the same Elizabeth Gonzalez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2013 CR 11051 for the offense of burglary of a vehicle third or more on May 19, 2014 for a term of 5 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, state?
Condition number 5, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Elizabeth Gonzalez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer in person for the month of January 2020 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State waives the other allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Judge.
Ms. Gonzalez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, Your Honor.
And up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, could we go off the record for a moment? If I could see Mr. Nesbitt and Mr. Nahara in a breakout room, please. Mr. Nahara, if you go back to breakout room number 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
I can't hear.
Oh, Judge, you're muted.
Maria, just let me know when you're ready.
Ready, Judge.
All right. All right, we're back on the record. Ms. Gonzalez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No, and that's
I'm
okay. No,
sorry.
no,
This whole virtual thing is like kind of like new to me, so I'm sorry about that.
no problem. I end up referring to people all the time differently, so no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Your Honor.
And
Tom,
what
you're
is the
muted
agreement?
as well.
Yes, Judge, pending the court's approval, we ask that you revoke and adjudicate the defendant and assess 180 days in the state jail, give her credit for back time, and the state is going to TIC 2 cause numbers. The first is County Court 635594, and the second is Grand Jury number 743899.
All right, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Judge.
All right, CLO Reyes, I have as a part of the plea bargain agreement that she was to pay restitution, joint and severally liable with Jorge Morales in 2014 CR 0426 and Celia Ann Valadez. Has that been paid? Does anyone know?
I can look in her thingamajig.
Judge, I show 225 paid to Sylvia Ann Valdez.
Okay. All right, and then there's no victims that are listed for the second cause number. In 2014 CR 0426, it says that she's jointly and severally liable with Jorge Morales, but I don't have a complainant's name in that cause number.
I don't know, Judge. It might have been a to be determined on probation and they could never get a hold of anybody.
Okay. All right, so this is what the court will, yes?
There was one more issue I was going to ask for, Judge. She does have some time in. My understanding, and you can confirm this with probation, is that she successfully completed SATIF. I was going to ask for this honorable court to consider giving her credit for the time she spent in SATIF.
All right, Rebecca, did she successfully complete SATA?
It appears so, Judge.
All right. All right, then this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to follow your plea bargain agreement. Ms. Gonzalez, are you asking me to follow the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, credit for any inpatient treatment that was successfully completed. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 635594 and Grand Jury number 743899. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No.
From the defense, Judge.
Ms. Gonzalez, I'm going to show you a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And also, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez, good luck to you. We'll go off the record. Ms. Gonzalez, how old are you?
I'm 48, Your Honor, and I'm getting too old for this.
Oh,
And
I mean,
I'm done. I'm done
here's the
with
thing, Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
past too old to be getting into any of this. Honestly, no one should be picking up any criminal cases.
Right,
But
ma'am.
if you don't watch out, you're going to find yourself spending a majority of your time in prison. I see that you successfully completed SATA. If you have a
Yes.
drug problem, there are plenty of programs that are free. You can go to NA meetings, you can go to
Yes,
AA
ma'am.
meetings. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. And also a Haven for Hope is offering classes and treatment classes
All
to
right.
go.
Well, thank you for advertising Haven for Hope.
Oh,
Let me ask you this other thing. Did the neck tattoo, did that hurt?
actually, it was in my mom passed away from cancer, and my life just completely changed. I'm the only child, and I had to see her pass away at home through hospice, and it's religious. I have Philippines 413.
So did it hurt?
Yes, it did.
And did
It
the
did.
eyebrow tattoo hurt?
That's in regards to my mom. Yes, it did.
All right. I'm always wondering if tattoos are painful when they
But you
start
know,
on it.
but
You
they
say,
have
I've changed my mind. Let me get a bracelet instead.
but you know that they have tattoo makeup now
Oh,
for to cover up anything that's visible like from the neck up. So
all right. Well, I pass. I don't like pain. All right.
Oh, okay.
We're going to send you back. Good luck to you, Miss Gonzalez. Norma, can you let them know that L20 can go back?
Can I talk to my lawyer or to?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send you, if you'll go back to, let me see.
I'm still assigned to one.
I'll send you to breakout room number 2. And
Okay.
after that, Mr. Nahara, can you have her come back to the main room? We need to excuse her from here.
Certainly, Judge. I'll come back as well to ask to be excused.
All right, thank you. Who is the parties on Chris Salinas? Chris
Stephen Gilmore,
Salinas.
Judge, we're ready.
Who is the defense attorney?
Stephen Gilmore,
And
Judge,
who
we're
is the
ready.
prosecutor?
It was Tom, though Christian sent over the paperwork.
Okay.
Yes, Tom.
Yes, ma'am. I called her and left a message from my girlfriend's phone. I told her, I said, yes.
All right, Mr. Salinas, do you know how to mute and unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to need you to do that and just unmute when I ask you the question because there's noise coming from your end and the court reporter won't be able to hear. Court is calling 2021 CR 2777, State of Texas versus Chris Adam Salinas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Tom Nisbet.
for the defense?
Stephen Gilmore for defendant.
And are you Mr. Salinas?
Yes, Mr. Salinas, Chris Salinas.
Proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objection
No.
from the defense?
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Salinas, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Defense, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client? Mr. Gilmore,
I have, Judge.
court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Salinas, I'm showing you a document entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Am I, Stephen?
Waiving the repeater enhancement, repeat
I
felony
am
offender
waiving the
enhancement.
repeater enhancement.
All right, the court doesn't have an indictment that has a repeater enhancement attached to it.
Even better.
Wonderful.
All right, Mr. Salinas, I'm going to show you a document entitled Court's Admonishment and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
What you're charged with is felon in possession of a firearm. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do understand.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Salinas, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration County Court Cause number 6488857, JN number 2010610, and grand jury number 7455916. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge. We have just a couple things to add.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then Mr. Salinas, to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers Exhibit 1 and attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Judge.
Mr. Salinas, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, and judgments, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Ready to proceed, Judge.
Yes,
Is there
Judge.
anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, nothing in particular. I just note for the purpose of the record that he's got 24 days in this cause. There are 2 additional days that aren't reflected in cause number 648-857 that's being taken into consideration. I'd just like, if within the court discretion, to add those 2 additional days to the 24 days credit he already has in this cause. And though I know the court does not have the authority to tell TDC that this case run concurrent with his parole revocation, I would just like to ask the court to make that recommendation on the judgment.
All right, what is the parole case number?
Judge, do you want it, Stephen? I got it right here.
Yeah, if you got it. I thought I had it.
2017 CR 1503W.
And what cause number are the extra 2 days? Where is that cause number?
That cause number is out of County Court at Law number
Is that on the county court case?
1. Yes, the County Court at Law number 1.
Judge, that's CC 648857.
Okay. So the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 648857, Jan number 2010610, grand jury number 745916. This will run concurrent with parole cause number 2017 CR 1503W. Give you credit for any time served and credit for time served in County Court Cause number 648857. Mr. Salinas, are you aware that the court has no jurisdiction to have this case run concurrent with parole?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right. I've asked them to do that, but whether or not they do that is completely up to them. I don't have any jurisdiction. All right, is there anything else?
Appreciate you, Your Honor.
Oh, you're welcome. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Nothing further from defense, Judge.
Mr. Salinas, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Salinas, good luck to you. How old are you?
I'm going to be 35.
All right, here's the thing. You're going to be 35. You're going to spend your 35th birthday in prison. If you want to spend your 40th birthday in prison, then you will continue doing what you're doing. But it's time for you to get your life together. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
At some point, the choices we make are our own. They're not because of something someone else did, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and did that chest tattoo hurt?
No.
Yeah, he's being strong for everybody. All right.
All right.
Good.
Can I just speak to my lawyer one?
Sure.
One more time?
Mr. Gilmore, when you speak to your client, have him come back to the main room. You can go back to breakout room number 1.
Okay.
All right, Meredith Chacon, who's your client ready to be sentenced?
Desiree Garza, Your Honor, she's in custody.
Your Honor, may I be excused? Me and Miss Garza has have finished up.
All right,
Miss
yes.
Gonzalez, I'm sorry, I apologize. So Miss Gonzalez is possibly still on there as well.
Yes, Norma, if you can excuse Miss Gonzalez, please.
Okay, thank you.
May the fourth be with you. Take care.
All right, may the force be with you as well. And may you always have your dragons.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, where's Jordan when I need him for my movie references? All right.
Judge, I've returned on Deborah Finnemore.
All right, just give me one moment, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so who was the prosecutor on this, Ms. Chacon?
I was conferring with Marcus Sanders. I don't think he did the original plea, but he was the one that talked to me this morning.
All right, so it appears that maybe your client did not appear. That's why a bond forfeiture was issued.
Yes, Your Honor.
So was there a discussion with the state whether or not they want to continue with this agreement?
Mr. Sanders did not indicate they wanted to withdraw the agreement, Your Honor.
That's correct, Judge. I was told that it was because of COVID. I don't know if any proof was ever presented. I didn't ask for it.
Okay. All right, we can proceed then. The court is calling 2020 CR 7507 State of Texas versus Desiree Garza. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Meredith Chacon for Ms. Garza, Your Honor.
All right, we're proceeding with this sentencing by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Garza, do you have any objections to this proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
And the court will note for the record that on December 3rd, this was done by video as well. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections or corrections to the PSI report?
None from the state.
None from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending probation. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client, Ms. Chacon?
Your Honor, my client would like a chance to have probation, to have deferred. In fact, she applied for deferred adjudication. She apologizes for not being at the original sentencing date. She emailed me later that day that she was very sick and unable to leave the house. And I think she just became afraid after that because she knew that she was in trouble. So we have talked about that. And I've explained that if she is on probation, no matter what the circumstance, she must report because that'll be the biggest trouble she can get into. So I feel like she needs a chance. I went over the PSI with her. She does have a drug problem. She's acknowledging that. And I think that they've made some recommendations that may help her.
Okay. Ms. Garza, is there anything you would like to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions for you. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and will help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. All right, first things first, this is a second-degree felony. If I grant your application for deferred adjudication, if you were to be revoked on it, I just want to remind you, I can give you up to 20 years in prison. Or if you have a conviction, then the state would ask that your punishment, if you were to not complete it, be a minimum of 2 years. So do you want the deferred adjudication or do you want to limit your liability?
I'll take the deferred.
Okay. Now, how many children do you have?
I have 5.
And where are they?
My 2 girls are with my first baby's dad, and then my first son is with my first husband, and then my last 2, my youngest, are with my dad. But my two girls, I will be living with them.
Is Child Protective Services involved at all?
Yes, with my last one. Well,
And-
they're not involved anymore because my dad did adoption for both my 2 younger sons.
All right, so I'm going to tell you something that I'm sure your attorney probably told you. You have 5 children. In the words of my mom, they're spread all over creation because you won't get your act together. If you want to continue to have children, you need to be a better parent. Right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
and I'm just telling you where you are now, and pastors always say you need to meet people where they are, not try to meet them on some other plane. So I'm meeting you where you are right now. And what I'm about to tell you, this is where you are right now. You still have a chance to improve.
Mhm.
Right now, you've been a horrible role model for your children.
Yes, ma'am.
Because obviously you're using drugs, you're picking up criminal cases, you're picking up theft cases, and children learn by imitating or mimicking what they see. So if your children were learning from you, the only thing they've learned so far in their life would be how to use drugs and commit crimes. So it's time for you to be an adult to your children. And if you're not
ma'am.
going to be an adult and a positive influence in their life, you need to move on.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Well, my 12-year-old, I raised her up until she was about 10 years old, and she's a straight A student. She didn't give me no trouble. My 12-year-old is.
Well, you know what?
I did good with that one.
All kudos go to the 12-year-old, because let me just tell you right now, there's no drug addict who's a great parent. So at that time, you're not being a great parent to her.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand, or you just
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
that?
No, I do. I do understand. I've learned my lesson that I'm getting too old for this. And my daughter, she looks up to me, and she wants to be like me, but I don't want her to come to
Oh,
jail.
no, I
don't
hope,
want.
see,
No.
that's the problem right there. She does not need to be like you.
No,
and she should
that's
not be
one
looking
thing,
up
yeah.
to you.
That's one thing I've never let her see me do anything. I've always left the house before I let her see me do anything.
You think your daughter doesn't know you do drugs? Come on. Do you think that makes it better that, you know what? Let me call a babysitter. I'm going to go do drugs, and then I'm going to come back. You think that makes it all right?
No, it doesn't.
And I can tell you this is what I know for sure. I know for sure that if you're saying, okay, you use drugs away from the house. I know when you came back, you would have tested positive for drugs when you were with your children.
Mhm.
Or are you telling me you're the only drug addict who used drugs away from your children and said, you know what, I need to be away from them for 2 days because I need to make sure I'm not under the influence? That's not the
No.
way that works.
Mm-mm.
And I can tell you right now, Mayor Chacon, I don't want her living with her father right now until she gets her life in order. Because all she's going to do, she's going to be bringing drama and trauma to that house, trying to act like she's still those children's parents. Because let me tell you right now, you are no longer their mother.
Mhm.
You were just somebody who housed their bodies until they were born. Your father is now their father. Your rights, I guess, have been terminated, or either you relinquish them. Those are no longer your children.
Mhm.
And I know if you were to go to that house, you would be trying to act like you're their mom, and you're not. And you haven't been their mom. So I'm not going to allow you to live there. And if I
Okay.
find out you're living there, you're going to end up getting revoked. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure CPS has probably said, oh, the children are protected because she's in custody, so she won't be living there. All right, 6 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine, that'll be probated. Taking consideration 2020 CR 7508. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment with vulnerable persons. That means that you're not allowed to be a home health care provider, or supervise any minors. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors, parenting classes, a referral to felony drug court, remain in custody until evaluated. How far did you go in school?
11th grade,
Why didn't you complete school?
because my daughter got bronchitis and I was in and out of the hospital.
So did your daughter have bronchitis for like 3-4 years?
No, she was at that time. The mucus started to fill up her lungs and she couldn't keep her oxygen level down.
So you never went back to school?
No, I didn't.
And so it's your fault that you didn't go back to school. All right, there's going to be 280 hours community service restitution.
Oh my God.
That will not be waived. She is to obtain her GED or complete some sort of trade school. Where does her father live, and what is her father's name, Ms. Chacon?
Desiree, what is your dad's name? I'm sorry, I don't know the answer.
Joe Mendoza. And I'm not too sure on his address, but he lives over there off of 1604 in Alamo Ranch.
All right, you're not allowed to reside with Joe Mendoza. There's going to be a weekly Zoom reporting until further notice. The UA hotline. And I'm going to want field visits.
What is that?
Random 3 times per month. Probation will explain it to you.
Okay.
Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
Did you do drug test, Judge?
Yes, we're going to do the UA hotline. And if she's not accepted into felony drug court, then it will be intensive outpatient treatment. Ms. Garza, is there anything else you need to be successful on this deferred adjudication?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Garza, here's some advice to you. Be a parent to your children. Other
Yes,
people
ma'am.
should not be raising your children.
Yes, ma'am, I completely understand.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Number 2, probation will meet you there, and probation will go over your conditions with you. Ms. Chacon, you can go to the breakout room with her, or either you can be excused.
I think I'll join, but then may I be excused after I'm finished with her?
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Let me just find your client on the screen. All right, if you'll go to number 2, please.
Okay.
And to the CLO, if you'll go to number 2, please. And Rebecca, you should have the ability to move about.
Okay, thank you.
If not, if you'll tell me the breakout room you're in, I'll place you in number 2. All right, who is back for their 10:30?
Your Honor, this is Eli Rico. Am I still waiting on the psychological evaluation on?
Just give me one moment. I'm trying to get a copy of you. I'm trying to get your file sent to me from the clerks. So just give me a moment.
All right,
James C. Law.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm waiting for Deborah Finnemore. You told me
All
to
right.
return by 10:30. I was at another Zoom.
No problem. Is there a Deborah Finnemore here? All right. Is there a prosecutor available?
Hunter Morris, Judge.
Court is calling. Maria, are you there? Court is thank you. Court is calling 2021 CR 1461, State of Texas versus Deborah Ann Finnemore. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
James Seeloff.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
None from the state.
None from the defense.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:47 a.m. Deputy Laura, is there a Deborah Ann Finnemore in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor.
And for the record, there has not been a Deborah Ann Finnemore on the Zoom. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I tried to use her email, which was the only contact I had with her, and crickets both times.
All right, state.
Judge State asked for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that'll be granted. I'll remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, please let me know and I will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Stay safe.
All right, thank you. All right, and just 1 second. Jay Moritz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, who is your client?
That was Clayton Marr.
Lone Ranger. Clayton.
All right.
And I don't know how to check the courtroom if he showed up there.
Oh, we'll make sure. Court is calling 2021 CR 3427, State of Texas versus Clayton Marr. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Jay Moritz, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor, not from the defense.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:49 a.m. Deputy Laura, is there a Clayton Chase Moore in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
And has there been a Clayton Chase Moore in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor.
And there has not been a Clayton Chase Moore on the Zoom screen as well. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Not directly, just through the mom, Judge. I know he was released on bond to the Cross Point. He was there, then sent to the hospital, then went back to Cross Point and then left on his own. I have not had any direct contact with him since he left Cross Point on his own.
All right, State.
State asked for a bond forfeiture.
That'll be granted. I'll remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, just let me know and I'll reconsider.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Raymonda, yes, you're excused.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Raymonda Alamon, who's your client?
Your Honor, my client is Maxwell James Tosca, and I spent an interesting hour or so looking for him, and I'll tell the court what I found.
All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 3428, State of Texas versus Maxwell James Kauska, Kauska. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Under Morris for the state.
for the defense?
Raimundo Alemán for Mr. Kauska.
All right, this hearing is scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 10:50 a.m. Deputy Laura, has there been a Maxwell James Kauska in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
And for the record, he has not been on the Zoom screen. Defense, have you had a chance to contact your client, or what have you done to get in contact with your client?
All right. Well, I called one number that I couldn't get through, but I later learned that that was his sister, who did not know where he was. The pretrial services office investigator called me while I was doing this, and she told me, yeah, that she had spoken to Mr. Kauska's sister, and she had not seen him. I spoke to another gentleman who had paid $10 to get Mr. Kauska out of jail, and he said that as far as he knows, Mr. Kauska was living in a place named Hobo Village, which is on the east side. So I gave that information to the pretrial services investigator, and she said she was going to go to that place and try to find him, and also to Haven for Hope to try to find him. So,
all right,
I
thank you.
have
And
no
so that
idea what
thank you. And so that the record can be clear, this court and this judge did not set someone's bond at $100 for a felony. Some other judge did that. State?
The state asked for bond forfeiture.
All right, that'll be granted, and I'll remand your client without bond. If you have any contact with your client, the court will reconsider.
All right, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excuse.
You're excused. And Ms. Andrews, you've been trying to buzz in? Jocelyn Andrews?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
Yeah, I've conferred with Alexandra, but this is a very new case, Judge. We haven't even, I haven't seen the discovery yet. Alexandra tells me it's been sent. So if we could get at least 30 days, I'd greatly appreciate it.
All right, Norma, can you recall Aaron Michael Gordon for 30 days, please?
May my client and I be excused, Your Honor.
We need to get you a reset date. You don't have that yet.
Yeah.
For discovery?
Thanks, Judge.
Yes, yes, it's for the defense to have reviewed discovery.
June 4th.
All right, we'll see you on June 4th.
Thank you.
That will be the only date that the court will give defense to review discovery.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Judge, may I approach?
All right, if you'll go and chat with Norma, she'll tell you the case numbers. All right, Eli Rico, I'm going to send you to a breakout room because we don't have your file, and the court clerk will get that file for you, okay?
Your Honor, thank you.
All right, were you previously in a breakout room?
I was in breakout room number 18.
All right, I'm sending you to breakout room number 1.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and everyone, just give me 1 second. John Fox, who are you here for? You're muted.
Anthony Asmus. I probably need to speak with Tom, I think. It's,
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
thank you, Judge.
All right, Juan Aguilera, then I'll do Isidro, and then Kyle.
Yes, Judge, and Mr. Sanchez has logged on. He was having problems logging on, and after I left, we talked and he was able to log on, but we went ahead and waited until 10:30. But he is there. He's at the bottom of the screen on the right-hand corner.
Okay,
right
what is
bottom
your
corner.
client's full name?
Hector Gonzalez Sanchez. He's right at the corner, bottom corner, right corner.
All right, have you had a chance to confer with the state?
We did last time, but I need to confer with Mr. Nesbitt. I had talked to him last time, and I just need to give him some information. And we're probably going to need, we're trying to locate a 2018 police report, and we're having difficulty, so we may just need a little extra time to do that.
All right.
And once
I'm going to send you to
locate
breakout.
that-
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Yes, once we locate it, we should be able to resolve this.
All right. Then next person, Kyle.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm back from the breakout room. I just conferred and an offer was extended. I've talked to my client and she has rejected that.
All right. Julissa Sedberry, where are you?
I'm here.
All right. So my understanding, you're requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. Norma, can we recall Ms. Sedberry for the 27th so I can give her a trial date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you back on May 27th. At that time, the court will give you your trial date. I have the acknowledgement discovery, but Kyle, do you have all the discovery? Need anything else from the state?
I don't have any reason to believe that I don't.
Okay. All right, you and your client are excused. We'll see you by Zoom on May 27th.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
And
Your Honor, excuse me, this is John Robertson. If you could enable screen sharing in breakout room 13, we're trying to do the paperwork.
okay, I've just done that.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Isidro Montoya.
Hello, Your Honor. This is Sid Montoya.
Yes.
I'm coming back on Ernest Peña Gonzalez. He was the one that you asked him to come to the courthouse.
Yes. Let me see. Deputy Laura, has Ernest Peña Gonzalez made it to the courtroom?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Have you had a chance to confer with the state on this matter?
No, Judge, I have not. I was just told about this case yesterday. I tried to give Mr. Gonzalez a call. I've never gotten a response. So I'd like to talk to the state first, and then I'll talk to Mr. Gonzalez and see what he wants to do.
All right.
I believe the case was
criminal trial division.
Yes, ma'am. This criminal trial division, and the
All
case
right.
was reset for so him to hire. He's supposed to hire a lawyer, but I don't know whether he did or not.
Mr. Peña Gonzalez, could I see you on the screen? Thank you.
Just leave your stuff right there on the table.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you check your emails?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gonzalez, do you have a attorney that you've hired?
Well, last time I was here, you said you gave me 3 weeks, which I get paid bi-weekly, so it's impossible for 1 week to hire a lawyer. I do intend to hire one. I just need that extra check, so I do intend to hire a lawyer.
When is your check?
Well, I just made one, and you gave me 3 weeks, so next week is the next one. So I should be ready by then.
Have you even talked to any attorney?
Oh, yes, sir.
And so you know what they're hiring. I mean, you know what money you need to hire one?
Yeah, 1,700 down.
No. I don't want to get involved with your contract.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure that you will have the money to hire an attorney. And this is not a situation where we're going to continue to come back here where you're saying that you're hiring an attorney.
Okay, understood.
All right. So you're saying what day is your payday?
My payday since on Fridays, so I don't know what day it is.
All right. So your payday is this Friday? Is that what you're telling the court?
That's not telling for.
All right. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to recall your case for next week. After that, you will have no more resets to get an attorney. Do you understand?
Okay. In the event I fall short from getting an attorney,
No.
I represent myself. Well, would
Okay.
I be able
Let me address that issue about you wanting to represent yourself.
No, not that I want to, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No. We're going to address that right now.
Okay.
What law school did you attend?
No, I didn't attend law school.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're entitled to represent yourself if you want to represent yourself. I've never understood why lay people think that they can be an attorney and they haven't gone to anybody's law school. Do you think for a moment, if I needed surgery, I would tell the doctor, no, you know what? Let me take care of my own kidney condition. I don't need you to remove this kidney. I'm going to do it on my own. So I don't know why it is with the profession of lawyers, people think they haven't been to anybody's law school, haven't read anybody's book, think that they can automatically come in and be an attorney.
Understand? I'm sorry.
And if you want to be your own attorney, you're more than welcome to do it. But let me explain something to you. If you decide to do that, I'm going to treat you as though I treat every attorney that's on this screen. That means that it's not my job, and I'm not going to be looking out for you to make objections. If there are objections that need to be made, or if there are motions to be filed, that's all on you.
Correct.
This is not California. You're not Kim Kardashian, who's studying with an attorney to become an attorney. Do you understand?
I understand. And if I may say something, I wasn't asking if I can represent myself.
No, that's exactly what you said. You said, if I can't get an attorney, can I represent myself? And my thing to you is, I don't know why people think that the attorney profession, anybody can do that.
No, I don't think so.
Every attorney on this screen, I guarantee you, at least has 2 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Some 3. I have 4. But every attorney here spent at least 7 years getting their degree. Every attorney on this screen, I guarantee you, has been an attorney for more than 8 or 10 years.
Right.
And you don't have a law degree, haven't spent any time representing anyone in court, or telling me that if you can't hire an attorney, you may want to represent yourself. Now, what you do is completely up to you. I'm just giving you some information.
Ma'am, that's not what I asked. You said that you're going to give me a deadline, and I was just asking, well, am I going to be provided an attorney, or am I going to have to represent myself?
You already have an attorney, and that's not what you asked. What you said is, if you cannot have an attorney, if you can't afford one, and you don't come in with one hired, can you represent yourself? That's exactly what you said to me. I'm an excellent listener. So we're going to recall this. What you're telling me is that you're going to hire an attorney. One has been appointed to you. His name is Isidro Montoya. Do you still want him to represent you, or are you still going to try to hire an attorney? It's completely up to you.
Well, if you're going to give me just a week, then I'll stay with Isidro.
Okay, I can't understand a word you're saying.
Well, because I'm getting suffocated with the mask. I'm sorry, man. So if you're just going to give me a week, then I will stay with the attorney who has been appointed to me.
All right, I'm giving you a week because you told me that's when your payday was, and I've given you more than a week. This will be 4 weeks to hire an attorney. Just have a seat. Your attorney is going to speak with the state, then he'll go into a breakout room with you, okay?
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Montoya?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
The prosecutor will meet you there. All right, anyone else who's back for the 10:30 appointment?
Your Honor, this is Catherine Valenzuela. I'm back on Maximo Solis.
All right, court is calling 2019 CR 7946, State of Texas versus Maximo Solis. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
And Your Honor, we did this back on.
Oh, just 1 second. Everyone give me a moment. Ms. Valenzuela, you're
Yes,
right.
Your Honor.
Your client is remanded without bond. He's not in custody. What I can do is I can have this recalled to give you more time to get in touch with your client. Do you think that would help or no?
I don't believe so because the information I have had, I have worked at it and I have not been able to reach him at all.
All right, Norma, let's reset Mr. Maximos Solis just to see if so we won't lose him on the docket. So we can keep this case at the forefront.
How much time did you want me to reset it for, Judge?
Just do it 30 days.
Okay.
And Ms. Valenzuela, if you discover and if we get notice that your client has been arrested, of course, we'll move it up for you.
I understand, Your Honor. Thank you.
Back on June 1st.
All right, so we'll see you on June 1st.
All right, may I be excused, Your Honor? Thank you.
Yes. All right, anyone else who's back for a 10:30?
Hello, Judge. My name is Bradley Bellows. I'm reporting back for Javier Oliva on Hugo Martinez.
All right, have you had any contact with your client?
Yes, Judge, we've spoken to them and we believe we've reached a plea deal. As a result of that plea deal, the case in this court will be dismissed. So we'll be making the plea in County Court 15 if we could have a reset on this matter.
When is that happening in County Court?
The next setting isn't until November 17th. So we'll be.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. Who is the judge in that court?
I believe it's Alvarado, Your Honor. What I was going to say is we're going to be reaching out to them immediately after this to set a plea at a sooner date.
All right, so this is what we'll do. Come back this afternoon or come back sooner. I want to know what date they give you.
Understood.
And you said which courtroom?
County Court 15.
Does anyone know who's County Court 15?
I think that's Vara.
It's Vara, Judge.
Yes,
Vara.
I know she'll give you something sooner than November.
Absolutely, Judge, and I will be sure to pop back in, or Javier will pop back in himself.
All right, and if you want to, do you have any objections to the court texting her and asking her what date she can give you all?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, just give me one moment, everyone. Because I know all of the county court judges, and I know she will be available and she will put you down to take a plea. So just give me a moment. I'm waiting for the text back. Anyone else back from breakout rooms?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Eli Rico.
All right, so we're gonna go with Nathaniel Navy, then we're gonna do Amy on. Nathaniel Navy.
My client Julius Clayton, he does not want to accept the state's offer.
All right, is he on the screen?
Yes, Your Honor, he is. Top 3.
All right, plea deadline has expired. Have you received all the discovery?
Well, Judge, there was a discovery issue with the other. I substituted in for another attorney, and there was a discovery issue. So I would say I'll just acknowledge like all the discovery that I have received, but there was a body cam that's not available.
All right, if you want to set this, have witnesses here, set it for hearing, we'll hear it. Norma, can you recall Mr. Clayton? I want to make sure that the defense has all of their discovery.
Well, Judge, what he's saying is the prior lawyer was Jessica Gonzalez, and with Jordan Brown, that whole thing was litigated. We had a multi-day motion.
Ah, okay then. So
it's already been litigated.
That's correct.
Ah, you're right. Okay. So Norma, can we set this for May 27th? And at that time, I'll give your client a jury trial date, and that will be the exact date he will have his jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
AD is in 187 right now.
Okay.
And so his date is May 27th, Judge?
Yes, he's to come back by Zoom on May 27th. And then I will give him a jury trial date on that date.
Understood, Judge. Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks. You and your client are excused. Yes. Amy Owen?
Yes, Your Honor. I have Derek Garcia. We're back from the breakout room. We conferred with Joe Ray again. Nothing's changed in terms of the plea offer, so we're just needing a trial date, Your Honor.
All right, Derek Garcia?
He is present.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Owen, have you received all the discovery?
I believe so, Your Honor. However, I've not received a discovery and acknowledgement yet.
All right, Norma, can we recall this for June 3rd for a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Garcia, you'll need to be in court at 9 a.m. on June 3rd for a jury trial. It's the 4th floor, 187 District Court, 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we will see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I be excused as well, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Jesse Sepulveda, then James Toshi. Jesse Sepulveda?
Yes, Your Honor. I've got Francesca Salinas. I've conferred with Freddie Ramirez. We're going to apply for a pretrial diversion. If you would give us time to do so.
All right, just one moment. All right, does your client have a middle name other than Salinas? Because if she does not, I do not have that court's file.
I don't believe so, Judge. Oh, I'm sorry, Francesca Nicole Salinas. Middle.
No, I don't have the court's file. Once I have that file, we'll take that up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, James Toshi. You're muted.
I'm sorry, Judge, a little slow. We have a plea ready. I just wanted to inform, I let Norma know, I'm just informing the court that we have a plea that is prepared for you.
All right, and I'll send you to breakout room number 1. The court clerk will let you know if they have all your paperwork and they'll swear you in. So if you and your client go to number 1. Is there anyone else who has a plea ready?
Mick Aguilera does, Judge.
All
John
right.
Robertson, we submitted the paperwork.
Just one second. Nick Aguilera, is your client in the room with you or no?
No, I'm not. I need to go to a breakout room with him to finish up the paperwork.
Ah, okay, just one second.
It's Saul Acuna.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
Okay, thank you.
Saul Acuna, if you go to breakout room number 6. John Roberson, who is your client?
Rafael Gonzalez, and he's back here in the main room, and the paperwork's been submitted.
I'll send you to breakout room number 1. The clerk
Thank you,
will
Judge.
swear you in. All right, any,
If I may approach.
Can I approach, Judge?
all right, just one moment.
Thank you.
Paul Perez. Paul
Yes,
Perez.
Judge. I represent Cameron Scott. We're back from the breakout room. I conferred with Joe Ray. At this point, an offer was made. I do need probably some time to confer with my client on it, but other than that, we're probably going to need to be put on the trial docket.
All right, Norma, on Cameron Scott, can you recall this for 30 days, please?
June 1st.
All right, we'll see you and your client on June 1st. You and your client are excused, and we'll see you both by Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, just give me one moment, everyone. All right, Anthony Miller.
Yes, Your Honor. We have a plea reached on our case, but there was some missing paperwork, Judge. The plea paperwork from the DA's office has been signed, but the consent to plea by video and the waiver of appeal, the deputy said that documentation was not there for Mr. Dominguez, and he is in breakout room 21, Judge.
All right, did you put it in the chat box for Ms. Ferguson that that's the paperwork?
I have done that, Your Honor.
All right, so if you will wait there, I'm sure she will get that paperwork to you.
Mr. Miller, check your email.
And
All righty. Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, could I approach for a breakout room with my client, Mr. Griffin? I came back from another court. He is present.
All right.
Michael Griffin, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll send you to breakout room number 7. And Ed Bartolome, if you'll go to 7.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate your consideration.
Your Honor, this is Eli Rico again. I believe that the file has been obtained on Jose Carlos Hernandez.
Yes, I received it now. And
Right.
so he's been scheduled for a psychological evaluation since May.
Correct. It just hasn't been done yet, Your Honor. And so we just need a reset for pending the psychological evaluation.
All right, Norma, can we recall Mr. Hernandez for May 27th so we can get an update on the psychological, whether or not it's been scheduled?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll come back on your client on May 27th to get an update on the psychological.
Okay, Your Honor. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
All right, you too.
Can my client be excused as well?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
My approach when you get a chance, Judge.
Yes, Mr. Cox.
Yes, I had Cedric Johnson. I was sent to a breakout room for family violence, but I don't know. They didn't show for a little while. I was there about 45 minutes or more.
All right, just one moment. Mr. Bellows,
Yes, Your Honor.
on your client, the judge said she's available to do it now.
To do it now?
Yes.
I'll inform Mr. Oliva, and I'll work with County Court 15 to obtain a Zoom ID.
All right, thank you. Just come back this afternoon and let us know.
Yes, Judge, we will report back. May I be excused?
All right, yes, you can. All right, and Mr. Cox, your client's name, please. You're muted. All right, Juan Aguilera.
Johnson, Judge.
Yes, Judge. I was supposed to be in a breakout room with Tom Nesbitt, except I got somehow or another got logged off. So I need to go back in with Tom.
All right, what's your client's name?
Hector Gonzalez Sanchez.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you.
Mr. Cox, what is your client's name?
Cedric Johnson, Judge.
All right, everyone, please don't leave the breakout room. If you do, the prosecutors will see that it's empty. I'll send you to number 8. And to everyone, I appreciate your patience. If you can only see what everybody else is seeing, the rooms are full with people. So even though you think you may be the only person in a breakout room, you're not. All right, Ross Rodriguez, who do you have? Thank you.
Morning, Judge. Jose Bettis, Judge, if I could just speak with one of the DAs.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
I think criminal trial, Judge.
Send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
James Toshi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I believe we are officially ready, Judge. All paperwork is in and he has been sworn. So we're just waiting on your orders.
Okay. Who are the attorneys on Mark Reyes? And I'm going in order that I received the paperwork. Mark Reyes?
Judge, that's Jim Tochi.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's the defense attorney?
Conferring with.
That's Jim Tochi, Judge.
Oh, okay. I keep asking. Maybe my hearing is off. Who's the prosecutor?
Judge, are you on Tochi's case?
Yes.
That'll be me.
Court is calling 2020 CR 10202, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Reyes. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
James Tochi for Mr. Reyes.
Are you Mr. Reyes?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense attorney?
No, Judge.
Mr. Reyes, I'm going to show you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Reyes, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Judge.
Mr. Reyes, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
What you're charged with is unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Reyes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I am very satisfied.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. And yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's no application for community supervision. The state recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2020 CR 10204C. There's to be restitution of $57 to San Antonio Police Department for laboratory testing. And there's an $8,000 restitution to Toribio Garcia, Toribio. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
No deal, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you
Yes, ma'am.
electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
There have not, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and no contact with Toribio Garcia. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
Yes, the state offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
None, Judge.
Mr. Reyes, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you have a chance to review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call on, the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We're prepared, Judge, and would ask the court to please waive PSI.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, ma'am. Yeah, I did, talk to him about the restitution is probably the biggest component of that deal, and he assured me that he'd be able to work toward paying it off. So just ask that you follow our agreement, Judge. He is ready to get out and start working and making this right.
All right, Mr. Reyes, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
Their birthdays are actually this month, so they're going to be 12 and 6.
Do they live with you before
No.
you were taken into custody?
No, ma'am. They live with their mother.
All right, a lot of people don't realize, but as a part of your probation conditions, you have to support your dependents. You
Oh,
understand?
yes. Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
I made it to the 11th grade.
Why didn't you graduate?
I was just having some difficulties with the staff at my school, and I ended up dropping out.
What do you mean difficulties with the staff? Not paying attention, not doing what you were supposed to do?
No, it was more like it was one of those things where, my family, they come from messed up homes, so they're just got in trouble all the time, and I fall into that category. So I was picked on a lot by the staff members, and just any little thing, my shirt untucked or having my pants cuffed or just any little thing, I got sent to the office all the time.
So you don't have your degree.
No, ma'am.
What are you planning on doing with your life?
What am I planning on doing?
Yes, other than picking up criminal cases.
No, I plan to be successful. I do have a job waiting for me when I get out.
Doing what?
Concrete.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication, restitution of $57 to San Antonio Police Department, no contact with Toribio Garcia, 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if you obtain your GED or are in and completed some type of trade school. If you don't, you're going to have to complete those 200 hours.
Okay.
So whether or not you have to do 200 community service hours is completely up to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Restitution to Toribio Garcia of $8,000. Take in consideration 2020 CR 10204C. Field visits 2 times per week. I'm sorry, two times per month, random. Do you have any drug issues?
No, ma'am.
All right, let me explain something to you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you tell me you have drug issues and I get you the help that you need, then that's and I don't give you the help that you need, then that's on me, right? If you come to me and say, Judge, I have a drug problem, and I say, I'm not going to give you any classes or try to help you with that, you're on your own, that's on me. But if I'm asking you now, if you have any drug problems and you're telling me no, then I'm not going to give you any help for that because you're telling me no. If you end up testing positive, we're going to have a problem with that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So are there any drug issues? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay. We're going to do random UAs. Are you able to Zoom? Do you have a cell phone where you can Zoom?
I will have access to a cell phone to Zoom. Yes, ma'am.
All right, it'll be regular Zoom reporting or in person. If you're not able to Zoom, then you'll need to go in person. And I'm going to do random UAs, or you can do the patch. The patch is more expensive, but the patch allows you to do more things because you don't have to come in randomly because you have the patch on. So random UAs or patch, regular Zoom reporting or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment with vulnerable persons. So what that means is you cannot be a home health care provider or have any employment that involves children. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Reyes, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful on this deferred adjudication?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm showing you a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Reyes, every decision you make in your life while you're on deferred adjudication in this court, the first question you need to ask yourself, if I do this, could I potentially go into the state jail facility for 2 years? You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Rebecca, if you could go to breakout room number 2, and Mr. Toshi, I'm going to send you and your client there. Of course, you are excused. And
Thank you, Judge.
they're going to go over conditions with you there. Could I see the parties on Rafael Gonzalez?
Appreciate your time, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Judge. I'm on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your client is in custody, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, can you unmute yourself for me, please? Norma, can you get deputy to unmute Mr. Gonzalez for me, please? Yes, he needs to be unmuted. Thank you. Court is calling 2021 CR 1788, State of Texas versus Rafael Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Alexandra Williamson.
For the defense?
John Robertson.
All right. And are you Mr. Rafael Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did
ma'am.
you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Robertson, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a
Yes.
$10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
No, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your punishment be 30 days in the Bexar County Jail. Under 12.44 of the penal code, there's a $1,500 fine and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in indictment, Mr. Gonzalez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I'm sorry, what?
Guilty.
State, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor. The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and attachment.
No objection.
Mr. Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you
Yes, ma'am.
electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports and laboratory reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed those exhibits and the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 30 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244 of the Penal Code. $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Credit for any time served. Is this a judgment satisfied?
My understanding is he has 27 days, Your Honor.
All right, I'll show that the judgment is satisfied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Gonzalez, it is clear to the court that you have a drug problem. If you do not get help for that, it's not going to turn out very well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to get help. There is free help throughout San Antonio. You can get into a drug program treatment for free. You can go to NA
Yes, ma'am.
meetings for free. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Norman, can you let them know that L8 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
And
And
thank you,
Mr.
Honor.
Robertson, you are excused.
Thank you, Honor.
Paula Pettis, you were raising your hand for me. Okay. All right, John, Cornelius Cox, then we'll do John Fox, and then we'll do Mick. Cornelius Cox.
I confirm, Judge, and we'll just stay on the trial docket.
Cedric Johnson, where are you?
You're finished, sir.
Cedric Johnson? All right, as soon as we get your client here, or you get your client here, we'll take that up.
All right, thank you.
John Fox?
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken with Tom. I'm going to be providing him with some other material. I'm meeting with my client this weekend. I don't know if you want to do a general reset or a 30-day, whatever's the court's pleasure.
All right, what is the anticipation? Where is this case going?
Well, I'm trying to cajole him into a dismissal, but he's hard to cajole.
You're saying cajole.
Cajole,
Okay.
yes. You don't push Tom, you cajole Tom, I've learned. Anyway, I'm providing him with some stuff, and I think he's going to make his decision in part based on what I send him, and then we'll know what we need to do after that. So
All right.
I don't need a super long one, but 30 days would be fine.
All right, Norma, can we recall Mr. Anthony Osmos for 30 days, please?
June 4th.
All right, we will see you on June 4th.
If I can take just one quick look at that, Judge, make sure I'm not. That's perfect. Thank you.
All right, see you then. You and your client are excused. Vic Aguilera?
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. I went to the breakout room, number 6 with Saul Acuna. He's at home having great technical difficulties receiving his emails. He is in the waiting or in the breakout room now. We were scheduled to we're going to do a plea. I'm asking, I can't come back this afternoon, but he can go to the courtroom in person tomorrow to finish up this paperwork and get it done tomorrow morning, if that's okay with the court.
Norma, can we call Mr. Acuna for tomorrow?
But if we could resend the emails to the email in the courtroom. And
All right, if you can let your client know to be here tomorrow in the courtroom, and we'll take it up then.
thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes,
And
and
I'll
if
go
your
talk.
client is still in the breakout room, if you can go
Yes,
there.
ma'am. I'll go get him. I'll go
All
get
right,
him.
thank you.
Thank you.
Mick,
Yes.
hey, remind me tomorrow when he shows up that he's going to be going to the courtroom, and then I can just swap out the email address. I don't want to send it to the bailiff right now because it'll get lost.
Right. Okay. Thank you, David.
Your Honor, may I approach before the next plea? I need to go
Yes.
to Tom Nesbitt.
All right, Tom Nesbitt, Ed Bartholomew says that he needs to come to you. So, Ed, I'll see you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Anthony Miller.
Sorry.
Judge, we have completed all the paperwork. I think my client, Mr. Dominguez, needs to be sworn in, but other than that, everything, he's in breakout room 21, Your Honor. I don't know if you want me to have him
Yes,
come.
I'll see you all to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Todd McCray.
Judge, yes, Judge. I'm here on Joe and 2. We've already conferred. We had asked the court for another setting, please.
All right, does anyone see what page that's on?
ANTU.
All right, let me just find it.
Page 10.
All right, to the clerks, I don't have the file on Joe and 2. If I could have that file, please. All right, we'll get the file and we will make that happen. Ross Rodriguez.
Hey, Judge. I'll confer with the DA if I could just talk to Mr. Bettis real quick, Judge, about the offer.
Is your client in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was your breakout room?
I don't remember what it was. I was with Alexandra, Judge. I don't-
All right, let me find you. Just 1 second. Oh, you were in number 4. If you'll go back to number 4, and
Yes,
Mr.
Judge.
Pettis, if you'll go to 4. And Juan Aguilera, you have your hand raised.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Nisbet and I have conferred. I need some additional time. We're trying to get a police report from 2018 out of Leon Valley. My client has requested it previously, had received no response. And so we're probably gonna have to go physically down to their offices to try to locate that police report. Police report, if found, hopefully will be dispositive of the case. So we could maybe get a 30-day setting reset. We should be able to resolve the case.
Okay.
Judge, can you put me in a breakout room with Juan? That's the one where I had to go down myself, so I can probably help.
Okay, see, problems are being solved. All right, Juan, if you'll go to breakout room number 3.
And may I leave the court?
No, go to 3 and then come back because maybe Marcus may have the report.
Okay. Who was talking to me, Marcus or Todd?
It's
McRae?
Marcus. Just go to breakout room number 3. He'll meet you there.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Todd McRae? Todd McRae.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so what is happening with your client? The clerks have just brought me the file.
Well, we've conferred and we're asking the court for some more time.
All right, Norma, can you reset this for 30 days?
June 1st.
All right, do you have all the discovery, Mr. McCray?
Yes.
All right. I'll bring you back on June 1st. June 1st will be your plea deadline date. And at that time, your client needs to be able to let the court know whether or not they're accepting a plea, whether or not they want a jury trial or a bench trial.
Can we be excused?
Yes.
And Joe, so the court's excusing us. We'll talk later. Thank you.
Kathy Starling.
Hi, Your Honor. I hear on the motion to withdraw for Mr. Beltran.
All right, we're waiting for Mr. Beltran to appear. Just give us a moment.
Okay.
Isidro Montoya.
Hi,
What is
Your Honor.
happening with your client?
Yes, Judge, I conferred with Mr. Morris. Mr. Ernest Gonzalez is in the courtroom. He's not sure whether he wants to hire a lawyer or not. I need to speak with him before that, but I need a reset, Judge. I just got appointed 2 weeks ago. I guess the other attorney withdrew, and there's a lot of discovery. So I'm going to need time to review all the discovery if he intends to continue with me, or if I don't know whether he wants to get his second paycheck and get another attorney next week. So if I can get a reset, Judge, but I also need to get a breakout room with Mr. Gonzalez so I can get a better phone number and an email address.
All right, Deputy Laura, could you have Mr. Gonzalez on the screen, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And then I'll send you to a breakout room with him. Norma, can I have a 2-week reset for Mr. Gonzalez?
Thank you, Ms. Norma.
Hold on for just one moment, Judge.
Okay.
They can come back on the 18th.
That'll be
right.
fine, Judge.
All right, you're going to come back on May 18th at 9 a.m., Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, ma'am.
You are not to sleep while you are on Zoom. Do you understand?
I do understand.
If you are not acting professionally on Zoom again, Every court hearing you have from here on out will be in person. Do you understand?
I do understand.
And on that date, you either need to have an attorney here with you, or Mr. Montoya will be your attorney. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. I'll send you to breakout room number 3, and your attorney will speak to you.
Okay.
And Judge, after that, can we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ruben Flores.
Yes, Judge. I have a Carlos Rodriguez.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe it's trial, Judge. It's a 2021-32.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Okay.
All right. Juan Aguilera, what's the update on your client?
Marcus was trying to help me, and I think he did guide me to a certain degree, but we're probably going to have to physically go to Leon Valley Police Department and get the report. So we could get 30 days. We should be able to resolve this case.
Okay. All right. This is the last 30-day reset. Okay. I'm going to give you all to get the report. Okay. All right. Norma, on Hector Gonzalez Sanchez, can you give them a 30-day reset, please? For discovery.
For discovery.
That could be June the 4th, Norma.
I can do May 31st.
Let me check my calendar because May 31st sounds like, let me look. Actually, we're going to be closed. Memorial Day.
It's Memorial Day.
I will come on Memorial Day. Nobody will be there.
You will be here by yourself.
We can come back on then.
7th of June?
It's just for discovery, right? How about
yes.
The 28th?
What about what?
The 28th?
All right. I'll see you guys on May 28th.
Okay, can I come back on the 4th? Because I've got like 5 Zooms on the 28th.
No, not on the 4th.
All right, what about 27th? Norma, do we have an opening for the 27th?
That's our docket day, Judge. I don't like to put the discovery stuff on the 27th.
All right, the 26th.
We can do the 26th.
All right, we'll see you back here on May 26th.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Hector, you can leave.
And Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Thank you. On Mr. Griffin, I've conferred with the state, Your Honor. They've made an offer. My clients rejected the offer at this point in time. I'd like to set it for a motion to suppress, Judge.
Michael Griffith, where are you? Is this Michael Richard Griffith?
Right.
Okay, I have in my notes that this was a pretrial diversion update. That's what we're here for today.
He's rejected the opportunity, Your Honor.
Okay, who's Michael Griffith? Where are you?
Number 7 was the room we were in at last time, Judge.
All right, Mr. Bartholomew, can you go to room number 7 and retrieve your client?
I will, Your Honor.
And Cedric Griffin, unmute. Okay, why do you keep buzzing in and out of this Zoom when you're on the docket at 9? Explain that to me. All right, obviously, Mr. Cox, your client cannot hear me, so he'll have to come back this afternoon. I have a meeting at noon.
I didn't know who you were talking to. You was talking to me? Ms. Judge, I didn't know you was talking to me. You said Cedric Griffin.
All right. Mr. Michael Griffith?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm here.
Okay. My understanding is that you are not accepting the pretrial diversion. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
All right, so the court will not consider any more pretrial diversion. So if the state offers it, I'm not signing off on anything. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And state, do you understand that? Because we were here on February 24th for pretrial diversion, March 24th for pretrial diversion, and then March 24th, it got set today for pretrial diversion. So you are declining that. Is that correct, Mr. Griffith?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, does anyone have any objection to doing a motion to suppress by Zoom or no?
Your Honor, I don't have an objection to the Zoom motion to suppress, Your Honor. My client doesn't have one. It'll be conducted similar to this, Mr. Griffin, with officers present, the state
Well,
present.
state.
I'm just telling the judge. That's how.
I understand, but I need to know, first of all, from both of the parties who are actually going to be doing it, the parties, by that I mean attorneys, are there going to be any objections to doing it by Zoom?
Well, Judge, again, if it's gonna involve a physical piece of evidence, I can't do that on Zoom. Kind of similar to the issue we ran into last time with Mr. Blanco.
I don't know what the suppression issue is.
I don't need, I mean, he has to, if he's gonna put a specific motion on file and I can read it and rely on it to my detriment, that it does not involve me having to put in physical evidence into the record, into evidence, a physical exhibit, then yes.
We'll do it
we can
live,
by
Judge.
Zoom.
Let's save time. We'll do it live, Judge.
All right, Norma, this needs to be set for a motion to suppress. Is this going to be dispositive, Mr. Bartolome?
I don't believe so, Judge, at this point.
Oh, well, you know what? We're going to come back on May 27th. And Norma, let's have this come back on May 27th. And at that time, Mr. Griffith, I'm going to give you a jury setting.
Yes, ma'am.
And I
So
will
you
follow-
both are excused. See you on
I'll
May.
follow the appropriate motion at that time, Your Honor. You'll have it by then, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can leave, Michael. Thank you.
Cedric Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
why do you keep leaving Zoom and coming back to Zoom? Your
You
Zoom
said-
was scheduled at 9 a.m. Why did you leave before 9 a.m. or
Well,
after 9 a.m.?
You just said,
My question to you is, why do you
you
keep
just kicked me
leaving
out.
this
You just
Zoom?
kicked me out.
No,
You
we'll
just
see
kicked me
you
out.
at the courthouse. We'll see your client at court, Mr. Cox. All right, Anthony Miller.
Judge, you had assigned us to breakout room 1 so that we could be sworn in.
Yes.
I think he's still waiting for that to happen, Your Honor.
All right, to the clerks, could you please go to breakout room number 1 to swear in Mr. Dominguez?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ross Rodriguez.
Hey, Judge. Actually, I was trying to get back with
All right. I'm gonna call you right back.
Alexandra.
I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna call you right back. Let me call you right back.
I'm sorry,
I know.
Alexandra. If you
Alexandra.
go to breakout room number 4,
No, no,
please,
let me
and
call
Ross,
my
if you can go back to 4.
Judge, my client's 74.
He's not in there anymore, Ross. I kicked him out.
All right, and Ruben Flores.
Yes, Judge. I did confer with the state. They're gonna look into the case and make me an offer, but my guy never showed up and he's on bond. So I wanted to let the court know that I haven't had any contact with him since I got appointed on this case.
All right. Is there someone from the state who's available?
Unavailable, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 3217, State of Texas versus Carlos Rodriguez. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Force for the state.
for the defense?
Ruben Flores for Mr. Rodriguez.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
None from the state.
None, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:59 a.m. Deputy Laura, has there been a Carlos Rodriguez in the courtroom at all today?
No, Judge, he has not.
And for the record, he has not been on the Zoom screen. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Judge, I haven't had any contact with him.
Just give me one moment, please. Maria? Are you on the record?
Yes, Judge, I'm here. I didn't have time to turn on my camera.
Oh, no problem. All right, it is now 11:59 a.m. This is scheduled at 9 a.m. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Judge, I have had not had any contact with him at all.
All right, state.
They asked for a bond forfeiture, Judge.
All right, that'll be granted and your client will be remanded without bond. If you are able to get in touch with your client, then the court will reconsider.
Yes, Judge, I'll let you know if something happens.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Yes.
with my case, Judge, we're just asking for to stay on the trial docket. Judge,
He needs to come back. He needs to come to court. 187 District Court, 4th floor, 300 De La Rosa.
today, this afternoon.
Yes. Edward Adams?
Yes, Judge, I was here on Shannon Martin. It's a case that should have been taken into consideration back in February on a plea on cause number 2020 CR 5269. Page 5 of the plea paperwork indicates, so I think it just may be an oversight by the state.
Okay.
This was a Zoom plea. She was in Medina County Jail, if you recall that one.
Yes, I do. I just put it into the chat box to the state. They're going to check on that. I'm sure they'll take care of it.
All right. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you.
Ross Rodriguez?
Yes, Judge. Well, I've conferred with the state and conferred with the Mr. Bettis judge, but you know, he would like time to think about the offer. I was going to ask the court for a reset, Judge.
Jose Pettis, where are you? Could you unmute for me, please? This is a motion to, you have a motion to revoke pending. So Norma? On Jose Pettis, can you recall this for, is it possible to recall it for Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Pettis, we're going to see you on Friday. You need to have made a decision at that time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll see you on May 7th.
There's no way of being reinstated.
No, you don't show up to court. That's why you're in custody, because you would not appear in court. As far as if you're asking me if I can reinstate your probation, that's something that your attorney will need to discuss with the state. Whether or not this goes forward depends on the evidence that's been presented to me. So we'll see you on May 7th.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. See you May 7th.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
It's on a different matter, Judge. I am set tomorrow for Ross Chavez, and I'm going to be in Snyder, Texas, Judge.
All right, can you do me a favor? Because I have a judges meeting at noon.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's 12:03. If you can zoom back in and I'll address that.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate your patience.
Thank you, Judge.
And Judge, when you get a second,
Yes,
on Francesca Salinas,
yes.
was that case reset? Jesse Sepulveda was the defense attorney on it.
Jesse Sepulveda, that hasn't been reset. Let me look. No, Jesse Sepulveda hasn't made an announcement on what he's doing on that case.
Okay, because I know he was here. I conferred with him. Haven't seen him again. Okay.
Freddie, was it PTD?
It was. He was going to apply. Yes.
Judge, he mentioned that to you.
Ah, okay.
But Judge, you couldn't find the file.
We have the file now. They just brought it to me. So Norma, it's a PTD. What's the update for this? The update date?
They apply already, or they were gonna apply, do you know? Did
They are applying.
Oh, they are applying.
Yes.
They were applying today?
As soon as he can.
Okay, so it wouldn't be in the system right now then. Yeah, it's not in the system yet.
All right, when do you want to recall it, Norma?
I can recall it for June 1st.
All right. We're going to come back on June 1st. And everyone, the court is going to go on break. Mr. Robertson, I'm sorry, we're going to have to come back on your case at 2.
Your Honor, John doesn't need to come back. I'm going to handle what he needs handled.
Okay, all right, awesome.
Thank
So
you, Your
everyone
Honor.
else, if you'll
Thank you,
come back
Alexander.
at 2 p.m., please.